Well, it's been a few days. I just uncovered this engine. Yeah, so I didn't want to run a chain on any of the paint. It's been abused enough, as you can see here. Anyway, since it's so original, I'm going to try to save the paint. And I got these little straps. They're only good for 400 pounds. But that being said, I got 7 parts right there. So if you even decrease it by 50%, it's still around 1,400 pounds. You know, so per strap. So I should have way more than enough. We're just going to let the front hang right on the skids. We won't stave up any more paint that way. And we're going to see if this old girl will lift. So, yeah, one of them things been on there for, well, what, since last Wednesday, and it's Tuesday. So it's been on there for 6 days. About time to get it unloaded. Good thing we got a lot of vehicles. We, sometimes we tie them up for a few days. Let's see what happens here. Slow and steady. Get out. Get that come along out of the way. Oh yeah, that don't look bad. All the hooks are in good. Oop, probably ought to slow down a gear. Right over there, I'm going to set it on. I'll bring you back here in a minute when I get it over there. Well, we got her up here pretty close. We're going to put a couple pieces of pine under it. Well, that's all there is to it. Just got to unhook the straps. Now I can move it. That did much better than a chain. No damage here. No damage under the wood. Little mark there, but nothing major. I don't think these skids are original to the engine for shipping. Anyway, but yeah. A little mark there, but I don't think that's from those straps, because those straps would have gone point to point. That was damage done before. Straps are over here, there's no damage. So yeah, we did good. We saved all the paint. We'll put the rest of it on the skid. I've got the original muffler that came with it. I got the original crank, which a lot of times they get lost. And I got the actual crank guard. So yeah, I'll get this stuff all put together. I'll bring you back in a minute. Yeah, we'll back up here and see if we can spare that pallet. Yeah. As you can see from all the sawdust, I'm pretty sure this came out of a woodworking shop, because most engines don't have that much sawdust on them. And down in there, I mean, this is just oil and sawdust. Of course, the sunflower seeds, we know where that comes from, but yeah, there's an awful lot of sawdust on this. You know, that's just all hard grease mixed with sawdust. But yeah, I think it probably came out of a shop that had a lot of woodworking equipment. It could have come out of a, you know, a place that worked on boats. It's really hard to say. This right here is seized up. Got to get that freed up. There's a bushing right here inside of this, and basically it's on decompression right now, so that's all right. I'd rather have it be on decompression than not, I guess. There's one good thing about these V diesels. The intake is right there around the springs. So if you want to tease them with a little bit of gasoline to get them started when it's real cold, you just put a rag with some gas on the intake, and there's no holes anywhere like on a gas engine. So even though the spring is held in, the mice can't get into the cylinder. Now, if it was left with the exhaust open, they could, but fortunately this one was left with the exhaust closed. So yeah, the old decal, you can't see it much over here, but it is there. We'll see here what's some very careful cleaning, see what shows up on it. This would have been the side with the belt, so a lot of times these are beat up over here if the belt comes off once in a while. But yeah, it's too bad they kind of got the paint off it in a few spots, but that's all right. It is what it is. So another thing, yeah, I had that crank right here. Best place to keep these cranks, right inside the hopper, because they'll fit right in there nice, right out of sight. It's funny nobody stole that tag. I can't get over that. All that would have taken was a jackknife right there, and somebody would have had that right off. But yeah, anyway, I'm gonna go make a spot for this in the building, get it out of the weather, and we'll see what the next project is. So this decompression lever here is stuck. You know, it will not move. So that's a cam that's inside of this one. So we'll give it a little love here. I figure if you put this stuff away seized up, it'll just be seized up worse later on. So we'll kind of coat things down a little here. A little bit of oil. Let it soak in. Put a little bit of it down here on stuff. Guess I got to get some more juice in my squirt bottle. Yeah, I haven't turned this over yet, but I know that the exhaust moves. Yeah, it's not bad. Piston's not rusty at all. Give that a little shot of, yeah, bottle's just about empty enough. Pretty good. And if you think they turn over easy, they don't. Not as fast as you have to crank them. But Yeah, so let's give a little more juice to this. We'll see here if we can't get some compression. Oh yeah. Get some in on that ball, and he has a ball in there. There we go. Yeah, that's gonna come right to it. There we go. That's how it's supposed to work. Even sounds right. Yeah. So now we'll see if it's got compression. Yeah. I would say it does. These old cups, they get this old hard grease in them. I mean, that's all got to get cleaned out. Get some modern day grease in it so it'll turn over easier. I'd say them have been on and off enough times they're about wore out. Yeah, that one's the same way. This engine's got some running time on it, but it hasn't been abused. Yeah, dried it out. That's what you call old grease. I'd say this might have been setting for 40, 50 years. This one probably got nothing in it. Well, a little bit. Huh. Somebody played with that, looks like. But, you know, for 5 hours worth of cleaning, I think this old girl would run. But we got to get it so it turns easier than what it does, because I don't think you could ever get it to go over. Got it over compression once. You also got to get that to turn, because boy, that'll chew up your hands. Boy. Huh. Usually them spin right round and round real easy. Anyway, I'm going to save that for later on. It will turn, but not very well. Yeah. Anyway. Turns over. Yeah. We'll get it on the compression. Oh yeah, that's where to leave them. If you leave this shot, both valves are loose. That means the cylinder's closed off to the air. Leave the piston right back. That's as safe a spot as you can leave them. So anyway, I'm going to put it right in there, get it out of sight and out of the weather. And yeah, 7-horse thermoil. It's the exact same engine as the 6-horse. They just bumped the RPM. This one here is 500. The other ones were 450 or 475. So it's the exact same thing. Yeah, this is your throttle here. And I'm surprised, you know, this one still got the cotter pin in it, which most of them don't. So yeah, pretty neat rig. I go to get this running. I'll take this injector out and show you how it works. So make a good video. They're kind of interesting. We'll talk to you later. Hope you enjoyed.